everyone!
Hello!
And welcome to Kirsty and Bryony's Comfort Zone.
I am Kirsty.
And I am Bryony.
And we are going to listen to some dreams and figure out what is going on. Yes, we have one dream each today, which is fresh and new and hasn't happened in a long time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting into character today by being I'm having a very EP day.
Yeah, you're making me one too. Oh my goodness.
I wonder what it would be like if we recorded an episode in bed together. What if we podcasted in bed?
Oh my god, we could. I would just be like extra EP, like more than usual.
Yeah. EP is nice.
EP is nice, but I have been so sleepy lately. I have been sleeping in a lot. I slept in today, and I woke up to your message like, I've just got the was it for the guttering? I have a guttering man round, and might be late for conference. And I woke up at 12, and I was like, oh.
I guess we never officially said, let's do it today. I was just,
we usually do it today. We usually do it today.
We do.
And my alarm did
this
go
means
off.
nothing to people because we're just saying today. We're recording today right now.
Don't date the podcast. It's Thursday. But But yeah, I had an alarm wake me up at 9:30, and it's been on snooze ever since until 12. And then I woke up and I was like, I should move. But yeah, I've just been so sleepy. But I've been having like a bunch of weird dreams as a result. I've gone from having no dreams to having just bizarre dreams.
Ooh.
They like to the point where they're a little bit just too bizarre to record.
Yeah.
Like they're just really strange. I mean, I had one not long ago, probably like 40 minutes ago before I woke up, and I've already put this in our group chat, but I was in like a theme park or like a holiday resort, and it was full of like swimming pools, and it had a lazy river and stuff. And I was there with my nan, I think, and my family.
Aww.
But my nan wanted to stay in a certain place that we weren't staying in. So my auntie took my nan to stay in this other place for like one night. And I was like, I didn't realize we were staying in a different hotel. And I was like, oh, all my stuff is in our normal hotel, so I'll just like Uber back. But then when we like wound up wherever we were supposed to be, it turns out it was just like a walk away from this park, and that was just a very small walk to our hotel. So I was there, and I was like on an inflatable going through the lazy river. At one point I flew into the air and I landed on the inflatable and I drifted down. And I landed in a pool, and there were like people that wanted to get past me, and I was like, oh, sorry, don't mind me. And I just continued walking. But then I ended up in an arcade, and there was a big TV, like a really, really big screen above the smaller computer monitor. And I logged into Runescape on the computer for some reason. And Xylus and Rythian were there in Runescape. And Xylus had made a character called Fatima, and it was an alt account. And they sent me a friend request, and I was like, who the heck is this? And then they started talking to me like Xylus, and I was like, right, okay, this is Xylus. And I was just doing stuff on RuneScape, and this kid was behind me, like, watching. I say kid, he was a teenager. And he was sitting there, and he kept, like, putting his feet up, as if to put them up on the desk, but he was just, like, pressing them against my back, and I was like, dude, leave me alone. And I kept turning around, like, stop it. And he was like, oh, sorry. I was just, stop doing that. And I was doing stuff on RuneScape, blah, blah, blah. And then I was talking to Xylus. See, this is one of my annoying rambly dreams. I should have just recorded it.
No.
And then the kid grabbed the keyboard and he wrote like, no life, as if to say like, you're playing RuneScape, you're a nerd. And I was like, get off the keyboard. And I was getting really mad at him. And I was like, stop doing that. Stop putting your feet on my back. Stop touching things. Go away. And then I grabbed the keyboard back and I was like, someone stole the keyboard, blah, blah, blah. And as that happened, another kid, I think, logged me out. And I was just like, for God's sake. So I was like, right, I guess I'll just leave it. And I tried to log out properly, but it wanted me to put my password in, but it wasn't hidden. It was on a big screen. So I was like, okay, well, I've logged out just normally. I will just hope that this works and I'm actually completely logged out of the PC. So I left to go back to our hotel. And as I was going away, I just started getting all of these spam emails on my phone. Like, these kids had signed me up to Neopets. They'd signed me up to like a Stickman game. They signed me up to something else. And then there was this knockoff game that was using Final Fantasy screenshots. And oh my God, it was just so much garbage. Every email was really dodgy. Like, I would open it and it would be like an image that looked like an email, and if I clicked it would relocate me to a different website. So I was just like, oh, this is so stressful, I can't handle this. I was like, at that point it had become Neopets and not RuneScape, and I was like, I need to get in contact with Neopets and tell them to just sort this out. And then I woke up and it was so stressful. I was like, these kids, oh no, wait, actually there was another part where I went back to the hotel and the kid who put his feet on my back was preparing chicken breast in the kitchen. And I had to go at him, and I was like, you stole my keyboard, you're typing on my RuneScape, and now you're here making chicken breast. And then we had a fight, like we had a fist fight.
Oh my gosh.
And we were, I wasn't just like beating up a kid, like he was going at it as well. So we were both beating each other up. And then I was like, why don't you just go into the feet room and go in there? And it panned over to the bath, like the toilets that were here in this hotel, and it had the men's on one side and then feet next to it, and then on the other side it had women's and then feet. And someone I knew came out of the feet room looking all like sheepish, and I was just like, what the frick is the feet room? And then I went into the normal one and shut the door, and I was just like, leave me alone, RuneScape child. And then he went into the feet room and he was really angry because I beat him up. And that was it. It's so weird. It was
Blimey.
so weird.
I mean, like, the original stuff I can understand, because we did talk for ages yesterday about like holiday planning and holidays in general and going on holidays. So I guess like that's probably
true.
the first part of it, is just holidays. But I hope you're not going to be beating up any children
Well,
if we do go on holiday together.
If they start shit, then I can't promise anything, honestly.
Yeah.
He was putting his feet on my back while I was trying to play RuneScape, and it was very annoying.
I wonder, like, have you felt like someone is being invasive or something recently? Or
not really. Like, I've kind of just been keeping to myself, really, and no one's really been invasive. And this kid, I keep calling him a kid. He was probably like 15, and I don't know who he was. Like, he is nobody I've ever met before. He was just an annoying child, and I don't know. He was just there being a pain in the bum. I guess, like, I've had a couple of emails where people have been trying to log into like accounts on websites before, like recently. It's like, oh, have you tried to reset your password? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I haven't. But why would anyone want to get into my Imgur account? Like, it's got a picture of a rat on it and that's it. Like, why?
It probably is that. Just like, because oh my gosh, I get so many. I constantly get, like, I had 3 emails when I woke up today that were just like, it's from Microsoft. And they're like, oh, here's your like single-use Microsoft code. Don't worry if you didn't apply for this. Someone probably just accidentally put in your email address. I'm like, no, they're trying to get into my email. They didn't accidentally put my email address in.
Literally, exactly.
Because they've been doing it about 5 times a day for about 6 months now. They are trying.
So bizarre. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I have been getting those as well. And I guess maybe that, I mean, I've not had one recently, but maybe that was at the back of my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
And also my nan was in the dream, because at the minute my nan has COVID, bless her. But she is doing fine as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she would have been on my mind because of that. And yeah, we were talking about holidays, I guess. Like, there was a really nice part where after we dropped off my nan, we were on like this lazy river, but it went down a waterfall. So we went down it and then landed back in the lazy river. And I looked up and it was nighttime. And like suddenly there were just tons of shooting stars. Like it was really pretty. And it was like, oh, and everyone was just like amazed. It was really nice. But then that wore off. I think that bit might have been because of Pokemon Go. Because there's been an event on recently which made it nighttime all the time on Pokemon Go, and there was just a constant aurora in the sky. So every time you'd log in, even if it was like the middle of the day, it's like, oh, it's nighttime. And then you look up and it's like, oh, there's a little aurora there. That's pretty. So I guess it was something like that, maybe. Yeah. But yeah, it was a lot nicer than the one in Pokemon Go. But yeah, I guess it was just lots of little brain things that were merging together.
Yeah, and I guess now you've like opened up the dream floodgates. Everything is just piling through. Yeah,
there's been a big old traffic jam in there lately, so it's all falling out.
It's funny when you have those sorts of dreams that are just like so many parts to them. Like I feel like I've been having those recently, and I don't know why. Like I can't particularly remember many of them, but because I've been like not recording all of the dreams I've been having, but yeah, I have a feeling it's all of those sorts of like, then I was in the woods, but then I was over here, but then this person was here. And you're like, wait, what? But I've been having, so I can't blame everything in life on this clock. But the clock I was telling you about just before we started recording, I got given this clock for my birthday. All I've wanted. So when we moved into the house, we both had these different requests, and Alex really wanted like a big like country house table. So we've got this massive wooden farmhouse type table, and all I wanted was a clock in the bedroom because it gives me such comfort to be able to wake up and immediately know what the time is. The time it takes to look at my phone, too long. I like to be able to open my eyes, see a clock. So finally, after 5 years of living in the house, I got a clock for my birthday, and it's haunted, I swear. We've put in like 4 different new batteries, and it'll work for like a day and then it just stops. And sometimes it starts ticking backwards. Sometimes it just stays still for about 5 minutes and then starts again. And I'm just convinced that this clock is just haunted, because I feel like clocks work like clockwork, and they're very difficult to do that sort of thing. So yeah, ghosts are the only thing that I can think of.
Yeah, must be. So, honestly, your house is kind of old, right? It probably has some ghosts in it.
Yeah, old. Because I remember like we put a new battery in it last night, and Alex woke up this morning and I was like, the clock's broken again, and he was like, oh no, I guess it's time to just give in. Like, it's been 4 batteries now, we'll just get a new one. And I said to him, like, it's haunted. But I was, like, fast asleep. And Alex was like, who is it haunted by? And I was just like, there must have been an old clock that died on the wall.
There must have been,
and it's haunting our clock now.
The thing that would be the spookiest is if it kept stopping at the same time.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
But it does what it wants. But I feel it feels wasteful to get rid of a clock. This is the problem I have, is I don't like waste. So I have so much stuff that I'm like, no, I can't get rid of that. And then I'm not going to use it, and it just takes up space and drives me mad. But I don't know, like, how do you get rid of a clock that is haunted? Maybe I should just exercise it? I don't know.
Yeah, probably. You're going to have to get a priest in.
Yeah.
Get him to fix it up. How long have you had your haunted clock?
Well, okay, so I got it back in March for my birthday, but I only got round to putting batteries in it about 3 weeks ago.
Oh my God, it's stopped 4 times since then?
Yep.
What?
And so I put in the first battery, and I was like 2 days later, it was like the time was wrong, and I was like, what? Then I was like, okay, maybe it was just a duff battery. So I put, and this was from a new packet as well. So I put in another one from the same packet. It happened again. And I was like, must be dodgy batteries. So I put in a different battery that was in something else, but I hadn't used very much. So I was like, this probably still has loads of life left in it. Died the next day. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to open an entirely new separate brand of battery, put that in, and it died within 12 hours. And I'm like, okay, it's the clock. It can't be all of these batteries.
Oh my God.
So yeah.
What? That is
I don't
it's
know
very strange. I think you need to have words with whoever gave you this clock.
Oh.
And time. The time itself.
But yeah, like, so why did I start? The reason that this is related to anything is because now I wake up and I look at the time, and the time says any time that it wants to, because it doesn't give a damn. And then I'm like, well, it's probably still time for me to be asleep. And then I fall asleep again and I forget my dreams. that was the connecting factor with the clock.
See, we're like the opposite. Like, if you wake up and go back to sleep, you don't dream, or you forget your dreams. Whereas I just, like, that's when all the dreams happen.
Yeah.
All the dreams. They just come flooding out. Yeah.
Yeah, my second sleep is just like a soft reset of all of my dreams. It's like old episodes of The Bill. Do you know they recorded over tapes of The Bill when they were filming it? They would just use the same tapes.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Episodes. That's what my dreams are like. The Bill.
I liked The Bill. When I was like 15, me and a friend, we'd always be like, oh, did you watch The Bill last night? I'd be like, oh yeah, loved it. Real good. And then they cancelled it and we were just devastated.
I've never seen it.
Devastated.
Never seen a single episode of The Bill.
Honestly, I can't remember anything that happened, but I enjoyed it.
I bet it's one of those shows that a lot of recognisable actors started in. Because I get the feeling it's one of those shows that people would do, like, it was like a trial. Same with Holby City. Like, so many actors, if you scroll back to the beginning of their careers, it's like one episode The Bill, one episode Holby, one episode Coronation Street. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, then they get their break, but they have to do they have to put in the time first. But
That's it. Yeah, no, I think you're right. Hang on, let's see.
I have been excited to share my dream with you ever since I had it. And I wanted to tell you as soon as I woke up. But I managed to hold off because I wanted to hear your fresh reaction to it. But now it's one of those things that, was it just that was my fresh reaction and it's actually just really boring? And it was just sleepy me that thought, wow, this is such a funny dream. It's actually just going to be like, I was in a field and I found a coin. Thank you.
I think my dream is going to be very similar, honestly. It's quite a short one and not much happens. Before we listen to your dream, I have a list of notable guest stars from The Bill.
Oh.
So Sean Bean guested in 1984. Andy Serkis in 1990.
Oh my gosh.
Who else is here that I know?
Were they all like criminals? Or were
Maybe. Well, a lot of them were, I think, well, not all of them, but some of them were children at the time. So Emma Bunton was on it in 1993.
Oh.
I assume pre-Spice Girls. David Tennant in 95. Keira Knightley in 95. She would have been a kid then.
Yeah.
James McAvoy in 97. Martin Freeman in 97. Yeah. But at the time, they were really... Oh, Idris Elba in 94 and 95. Russell Brand in 90... Idris Elba was in The Bill? What?
See, that's what I mean. It's just one of those shows where you're like, I bet you're watching it every week. It would just be like, oh, is that what's Gollum doing there?
All right. With that very important information out of the way, I think we should listen to the dream.
Okay. This is my dream that I had about 4 days ago, I think. But here you go. 3, 2, 1, go.
I had a dream about TTT, but it was like a first person dream, like I was actually in the game sort of thing. And I remember we were loading into the map and we all just had to go through this doorway, and the map was like, to the left was like a big foresty bit, and then there was shops to the right, and then this big ramp that stuck out like Pride Rock sort of thing in the middle. And all I remember is like the first bit was Alex was there and he was playing this like scientist, and it meant that he got this big like laser or something. And I had a microwave and I wanted to like see if anyone needed healing, but I went down to find out if anyone was hurt. And I looked across the river to like the forest bit and was like everyone was having this meeting. Lewis was like, okay, everyone has to gather here. And I was like, oh, if I go over and put this down, everyone's going to think I'm bad. So I was trying to like scope out, have a look at anyone. For some reason, the way I was telling this was if anyone had like shaved head, like their health was linked to hair somehow. And then all of a sudden, like everyone just shrunk down, like super tiny. And I was like, what? And Alex ran across and he was scooping everyone into like, you know, those plastic boxes that you get cracker selections in. He was scooping everyone into there, and I was like, wait a minute. And I picked up this like teeny tiny Rithian and this teeny tiny Kirsty, and I was making them talk, and I was like, hello, Kirsty. Hello, Rithian. I don't think we should ever argue again. Me too. I love Kirby Craft. Me too. And then I made them hug, and then I put them in the box. And then like immediately afterwards I felt really bad because I was like, oh no, what if they both think that I think that they argue all the time when I know that they're joking? And so like the next round happened and I was like, oh Kirsty, let's go to a cafe. So we were heading up to the shops, but for some reason Kirsty's player model had turned into just like a little girl, and we walked past this sign that was just like, sorry that you're girls. And we were like, went to sit at this bar. I think it's like a milkshake bar. And Kirsty was back to being like actual Kirsty. And she was saying about like her mom had gone to America and they didn't take her accent seriously or something. And all I remember is that Kirsty did this impression of something she'd said, and I remembered replying, that reminds me of David Mitchell. And I didn't really remember anything after that. But yeah, there you go. Bye-bye.
There you go.
There you go. Oh my god.
That was my dream about tiny Rithian and tiny Kirsty.
No, cute. Oh my god. When did you have this dream?
This was the 31st. So what was that? Last Friday or something? It was, oh no, Monday. Had it on Monday.
Okay, so you would have known that you were going to be in TTT on Tuesday then.
Yeah.
No, Wednesday. Wednesday.
Yeah, I think
Probably.
I did know.
So you were probably worrying about it because you always do.
Probably.
And you probably wanted me and Rithian to be there, so we were there too.
Yes. It was very like, felt like quite a fun dream. Because it was like I said, it was all like actually getting to run around and be goofy instead of playing a game. It was like we were all there, which was nice.
Aww.
But yeah,
Cute.
I don't know why the Americans were being mean to your mum. I wonder if it was because I had done the craft stream on Thursday and Sarah kept on doing her British accent.
Maybe.
Being like, I'm Lewis Brindley and stuff. So maybe,
White governor.
maybe it was that.
So the Americans were taking the mick out of my mum's accent?
Yeah, she had told you that she'd gone over to America for holiday, and every
Yeah.
time she said stuff, they were just like repeating it back to her and
Oh my
being like,
God.
yeah, just being like London town and stuff.
Ow. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that sounds pretty accurate. Like, it probably was Sarah's fault. Because we talked about the other, probably on the other podcast, how Rydian like kept making little like he kept teasing me about how I pronounce certain things, but it sounds like the Sarah doing it is a lot more recent, so we can blame Sarah for that one. You're off the hook, Rydian.
Well, apart from, obviously, I feel like in the dream it was me having, when they give children dolls to play with so that they can see what they're really feeling and they can talk about stuff. It feels like it was that. We don't mean to argue. We love each other, really.
We promise we'll never argue again. Look, me and Rydian never argue. We don't argue. We just poke fun at each other. That's all it is. You and Rydian are my best pals. I would never. It's
just the fact that I immediately in the dream felt bad for joking about it because I was like, I know they're not really arguing. I hope they I put you in a box and then walked away like, I hope they don't think I was being serious. Now get in your box.
Get in the box and stop arguing.
Because you were like, it wasn't that you like shrunk down and were real. Everyone shrunk down and they were like tiny, like plastic models, but ones with like moving limbs.
Right.
So I was just playing with those.
Did
like,
you
teeny
ever?
tiny.
This is a very long shot, but did you ever watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Yes.
Do you remember an episode where there was a kid who was also a witch and she shrunk Sabrina down into a very small toy and put her in a toy box?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what that reminded me of. And that episode always stuck with me because I thought it was really fun. I thought it was very cool. I was like, oh, this is such a cool, like, story beat. And I couldn't tell you anything else about Sabrina, but that one I always remembered.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and that reminded me of that.
She had what was her boyfriend called Harvey, or was that
Yeah.
because like Clarissa Explains It All was pretty much the same sort of time, wasn't it? And it's like the same actress, but she had a different floppy haired boyfriend in that, and I always forget which one was which.
Yeah, it was Harvey and Sabrina.
Yeah.
It was.
Aww. Did you ever watch any of the new Sabrina?
No, I didn't. Because, like, people said it was a bit more, I don't know, I don't think it took itself, well, I think it maybe took itself a little bit too seriously, ? But I don't know, I never watched it. Whereas old Sabrina was just funny, you know?
It was like goofy.
It was like a sitcom. So.
It was like Hocus Pocus vibes, I guess.
Yeah.
I've still not seen the new one of those.
No, I haven't. And I liked all the actresses too. Like, I don't know. The actresses that played Zelda and Hilda. Like, I don't want to watch a show where they're not in it playing Zelda and Hilda. But yeah, no, that reminded me of that episode. And that, yeah, genuinely, that episode, ever since I watched it, always stuck with me, where the little girl shrunk them down and put them in a toy box. Because I think the people who got shrunk down, I think they were turned into toys. So, like, the actors and actresses, they were dressed up like toys, I think. So it's kind of a similar thing. Like, they became, like, little figures, but with movable limbs and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of things from childhood, I remembered earlier when you were saying about your dream that Neopets, it got announced that it's like having a revamp.
Yeah, I heard that.
And they're like bringing back 50 of the mini games, and it's going to be more like original Neopets.
Good. They don't need to revamp it. They just need to go back to how it was in like 2004
Yeah.
or before that. Because it had so many mini games and they cut them all down, so there were only like 12 left or something. And it was rubbish.
Used to love, all I remember is like going to the omelette and playing Cheat and never being able to. It's like the one where you have to say like, I have 2 5s,
twos.
and they choose whether you're cheating. And I never cheated because I couldn't lie to the Neopets, but I won every time. But I didn't like to lie to them, so I was always just honest.
Aww.
But I hope that one's back.
I always played the Castle Siege one, so it had like a toy castle made out of blocks, and you had to shoot cannons at the other one, and they would shoot cannons at you. That was fun.
Aww.
And Hazzy Jump, but I think Hazzy Jump is still on there.
Should we become Neopet streamers when it revamps?
Yeah. What was your favourite Neopet?
Mine was the one that always springs to mind is I remember having a Gellert, because that was like the dog one.
Yeah.
And I remember having one that was it called like a Jub or something? It was like just a small round
little fuzzy thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember them.
And what was the other one? There was one that was a bit more like, hang on, I'm going to look at the picture of it.
All right.
Blummaroo.
Blummaroo.
It
How
was
do you
like
spell that?
BLUMAROO. And it's like a weird kangaroo aardvark.
It looks like a sock.
Yeah. I loved them. And Psy Bunny, of course, just because Bunny.
Bunny?
Oh my gosh, Kachik. I'd forgotten about Kachik. They were a little soft boy.
I always had a Shoryu, the little dragon boy.
Aww.
And I'd always have a yellow one because it made him like orangey and it was cute.
Oh my gosh. Just a bunch of little guys.
Did you ever spin the Wheel of Monotony in Neopets?
I think that's like ringing a bell.
So there were like a bunch of the wheels that you could spin and they all had their own like little rules. And the Wheel of Monotony was, it just span for an undisclosed amount of time. So I once span it and I sat there for hours just waiting.
Oh my god.
And eventually it stopped. I can't remember what I got, but yeah, I think maybe I got like a paintbrush or something, so it was worth it. But yeah, the Wheel of Monotony.
Blimey.
I loved Neopets.
I'd happily sign back up to Neopets and just look after that little guy again.
Just look after them. Little guys. I remember when they added like a couple of new ones. I wonder if Shoryu was a slightly newer one. Oh, actually, I'm looking at a list, and the ones at the bottom of the list are sort of newish. They have better art. There's one called Hissy, who's a little snake with wings, and Lutari, which is like a little otter, and the Nobu, which is like a llama.
I wonder when Neopets is gonna get fixed up.
Yeah. Oh, he's Shoryu. He's a good boy. Shoryu, look at him.
Oh, they're so shy.
He's so shy.
Oh, it says the new website, which will launch on July the 20th.
Oh.
So
it's out.
Does that mean it? Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm logging into Neopets.
More than 50 games will be brought back starting on July 25th. So...
Oh my god.
There you go. It says, apparently, which may come as a relief for fans who didn't like the brand's foray into NFTs. Okay, so that I guess they're stopping NFTs.
Oh, good.
They are also transitioning away from its Neopets metaverse game.
Oh my god.
There was a Neopets metaverse game?
Well, that's good to know. Yeah, they went through a whole thing where the company got acquired by someone else and they cut down tons of the mini games and the areas and just everything. And then they were like, blah, 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 NFTs, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
And everyone was really mad. But obviously they've realized that that was a bad idea.
All it says, the company were going to shut down on June 30th. However, Dominic Law, who apparently played Neopets in the early 2000s, pushed them to save the company ahead of shutdown. Okay, so it's someone who liked the early stuff.
Okay, that's good.
Trying
that's
to,
a relief.
Like, bring it back. So, okay, that's good. Yeah,
right, I've made an account.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like the dream I had last night tells me not to make a Neopets account, but I'm doing it anyway. So
it's already been hacked by a teenager.
Yep.
I'm gonna go and beat them up.
I'm off to beat them up right now. I'm just looking at the list and I can't see my Shoryu. Where is he? Oh, there he is. I found him. Never mind.
Oh my god.
It's all good. What should I call him?
Little guy. I don't know.
Little guy.
I'm confused already by the options. There's Play Neopets and then there's World of Neopets. Which
oh my god.
Do I just
so
do...
your Neopets can't have... They have to have... what's the word? Unique names. They have to be unique, like a username.
You mean someone's thought of Little Guy before?
Well, Little Guy has a space in it, so I can't call him that. But
what?
What should I call it? Should I call him Rythian? I bet someone's called someone. The name Rythian is taken. Shit.
No, Rythian's already signed up to Neopets.
Who out there's called their Neopet Rythian?
What about Bearded Man? This is my pet dragon.
It'll have to be bearded_man. That's taken. Oh my god. This is awful.
Unbelievable. Should we listen to your dream?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's listen to my dream. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello. I had a small dream that I was at my parents' old house. My mum was watching the TV. But she had it on really loud. And I had 2 exams the next day, but it was really late. It was like 3 a.m. probably. And I was like, God, tomorrow's going to be a bloody nightmare. So I had a statistics exam and another one. I can't quite remember. And then I got a phone call at 3 a.m. from one of my teachers. And it was, well, she was a music teacher when I was at school, but I didn't have a music exam. And she rang up and she said, I can't remember if I called her to say I couldn't go to these exams or if she just rang me to organise what was occurring. But I was like, so what time should I turn up in the morning? And she went, I'll get here at like 6 a.m. because we're going to New York for the statistics exam. And I was like, what? It's already 3 a.m. This is kind of short notice. I was like, I can't do that. I have to get to you for 6 a.m., do the statistics exam at 11, and that lasts an hour or two. And then I have to drive to Bristol, which takes 3 hours, and I have to be there to start the next exam at 3 o'clock. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. And all the whole time I was on the phone to this teacher, my mum's TV was just really loud. And I was like, Mum, turn down the TV. And she was like, oh.
And I think the neighbours were knocking on the wall and complaining. But yeah. That was it really. Just a little one. Just a little stressy dream. Goodbye.
Aww.
Just a little stressy dream. Yep. I had 2 exams this time, one after the other. I had to go to New York for one, and I had to go to Bristol for the other.
Oh, jeez.
And I hadn't had enough sleep.
No. Oh, wait, when was this dream? Was this yesterday?
Yes, it was.
Were you stressed about doing TTT?
I don't think so. I really enjoy TTT. TTT is my favourite recording to do.
This is the thing. I enjoy it, but I still get, the pre-record poops.
Yes, because you've only been in a couple, so it's like you still like are learning, and it's spooky.
Yeah,
but it took me a long time to get over that.
I'm still very much in the like every after every recording, I'll just sit there and I'll be like, I did this wrong, and I said this, and it wasn't funny, and I did this, and I'm never going to be invited back to anything ever again.
Oh. No, you're always wonderful. You're always wonderful. The thing is, if people that are going to get mad, I mean, number one, everyone in the recording doesn't care. They're having a great time. It's not like you're jumping in and being offensive or anything. You're just turning up and being lovely, so that's great. But people in like YouTube comments that get mad, they get mad about anything. Like you cannot possibly
please everyone.
Like sit and think about what you've done wrong, because someone will find something else that you've done wrong.
Yeah.
And you can't please everyone. Like it's just how it be. Like I've had some recordings before where I have just been so out of it, and like I'm the last person left in a round, and there's a traitor, but I don't know I'm the last person left, so I'm just wandering around having a great time, and they're like next to me like, all right, Kirsty. I'm like, yeah, you're right. And then they start shooting me. I'm like, oh, why are you shooting me? Oh no, you're a traitor. But and people in the comments, they're just like, what is she doing? Why is she not paying attention? I'm like, I never pay attention to anything.
I have genuinely had rounds, which I probably shouldn't admit to this. I've genuinely had rounds where I've just forgotten to look at what I am because I'm just enjoying spending time with people. And then I'll suddenly look and I'll be like, oh yeah, someone's probably bad.
A game.
Oh, yeah. I'm bad. What do I do?
Yeah, I just like hanging out with my friends. And again, you will get people in the comments that reply to these mean comments, and it's like they're not playing a try-hard game. They're just having fun with their friends. And that is exactly what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like, we're not here trying to win. We're here to just have fun. And yeah, sometimes that means just being a silly goose.
I've genuinely, I've done, 3 recordings now, and I couldn't tell you if I've won or lost any of the games because I never check. I'm just like, that was fun. Okay, another one. Here we go. But I guess you get the people who do the, win rate charts and stuff, so maybe one day I'll find out if I've done okay ever. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, literally. Oh, gosh. The win rate charts are they're fun to look at. I enjoy them, but I'm always like, yep, I'm terrible at the game. I there was a stage where I was like the best detective for a while, and I was just like, how the hell has that happened? I don't know. Because most of the time, I've done this so many times, but I will walk up to a body and I'll go, oh, Lewis killed them, and everyone's like, yeah, Lewis is bad. We killed him 5 minutes ago. Like, oh.
What do you know?
Okay, well, case closed. Good job.
There are still some roles that I've just never been that I would really like to be. So,
which ones?
I've never been a jester before.
Have you not?
No, and that's when I do games like Werewolf, Oh my goodness, what's it called in there? The blumblum, the flungdeby, here to be minion. That's like my favorite role to be. I love being the minion. So yeah, I've been like every round. I'm just like a jester, and then it never comes up. It's like innocent. I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, I was a jester. Spoilers, but I was a jester in yesterday's recording at one point, and I was like, I'm going to hang around Duncan. So I was just following Duncan around, blah, blah, blah. And then someone walked around the corner and Duncan just killed them because Duncan knew I was a jester because he was a traitor. And I was like, okay. So I just left. Goodbye. This isn't going to work. That is the extent of my efforts as a jester to try and get killed.
Yeah.
I chose the wrong person. It's over.
Oh dear. I think it's one of those things that I don't know the game. Like I know on paper, like this role does this and this role does this. But when it's actually like the ins and outs of the nuances of the roles, then I'm just like it's only until after someone else has played it and they're like, well, I did this because this. I'm like, oh yeah, no, that does make sense to do that in that way.
I'm the same. Like it never clicks at the time. Like afterwards, fine. And like watching the video back, yeah, absolutely, because you can see everything that's happening. But at the time, it's just like, I'm just a silly goose walking around. Oh, there's a person there. Maybe I should kill them. Nope, they have a friend.
That's like with a lot of games. Like there's games that I've played where I've been like, if I stream them, I'm like, where is this option in the game? It's like, there's nowhere. And then if I'm watching someone else play it, I'm like, oh yeah, it literally just says press M to do this. I'm like, oh, it's right there. But when you've got so many other things to concentrate on, I guess when you're like, because I get so nervous recording, a lot of it is just focusing on like, have I spoken? Did I remember to breathe? I just forget things.
I'm like that with streaming. Like I will miss so much like obvious stuff on the screen because I'm trying to focus on chat. I'm trying to focus, like if I'm on camera, I'm like, I'm on camera and I'm looking at that. And then if the screen is like, press W to go forward, I'm like, how do I go forward? I don't know. And chat's like, it's literally there in the middle of the screen. I'm like, what? No, don't be ridiculous.
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
I think like the worst one for me is the fact that I played Power Wash Sim with the tutorial still on the screen for literally about 60 hours.
Yeah, same. Whenever I play Power Wash Sim, the tutorial is still there. And I just thought it was a thing that just was there.
Just a nice little
that's
reminder.
The tutorial. Yeah. I thought it was just being helpful, but no, that's the tutorial. Well.
Maybe we should stick to Neopets.
Well, I'm looking at Neopets and they don't have my Castle Siege game on here. I'm not impressed.
What? It did say
I'm
they're
not
like
impressed.
starting to add them from the 30th or whatever. So I guess maybe instead of dumping them all, it's going to be a slow
I'll give them a chance then.
Because I guess a lot of the games back in the day would have been Flash, and that's not a thing anymore. So
yeah, that's a good point. I wonder if they're
convert the games to something else. I don't even know.
Hang on, let me go on Hazzy Bounce because that was a Flash game for sure. So if I click it, Ruffle. It's powered by Ruffle. I don't know what Ruffle is, but that's what it is.
Well, Ruffles, the confectionery company, make strawberry and chocolate coconut sweets, so maybe it's them. They've branched out into chocolate games.
Maybe
powered by
that's
Ruffles Truffles. Not sponsored. Hashtag not sponsored. If Ruffles did want to sponsor us, they're like Alex's favourite sweet, so I guess I would take that for him.
Yeah, I mean, I'd take them for me. So
who would be your... So you open up your email and it says, hello, we would like to sponsor Comfort Zone. And you're like, oh, this is the best sponsor ever. Who is it?
Ooh, who would it be? I think like... it'd have to be something really comfortable, wouldn't it? Like hot chocolate. Like Whittards. They want to send us all of their hot chocolate. Like, oh, yes. Get them over here. I'll take them.
I would quite like someone who makes bamboo socks. But I guess you don't tend to wear your socks whilst you're asleep, so maybe they wouldn't want to, because you take your socks off, go to bed.
I think something cozy like a blanket or something.
Yeah. Or like something like Oodie or some sort of soft jumpers. Oh, or like a Gym Jam company. I'd love to be sponsored by Gym Jams. Just have loads of like nice tracky bottoms or something.
Sort of just nice tracky bottoms.
Nice tracky bottoms.
I'd love that. Yeah, that'd be great. And hot chocolate.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I have not used my velvetizer for a while now. Hotel Chocolat, would you sponsor us and give us sachets of Hotel Chocolat hot chocolate? I would be very
then Bryony
happy
can
that.
use her velvetizer and we can report back on how delicious they are every episode.
Yeah. We can be like, oh, what flavour do you have today?
Because without this
nutty
sponsorship,
blend.
I'm just warming up milk and putting Nesquik in it, honestly. So we need some fancy hot chocolate sponsorships. Please and thank you.
About hot chocolate toppings. Do you like them or do you think they're a faff?
What, like cream and stuff?
Like your whipped cream and your mini marshmallows and stuff.
Oh, I
like
love
that.
them. Love them.
Ooh.
Yeah. I am a fan. It's a special occasion if I have them at home.
Yeah.
But if I go to like Costa or something, then yeah, definitely.
Nice.
What about you?
I do like them, but it's very rare that I'll get them in a cafe. But occasionally, if I do, because I can't remember the name of the brand, but there's this like vegan whipped cream and mini marshmallows. So occasionally I'll do like a DIY one. But yeah, for some reason I tend not to get it in shops though. Like if I go out somewhere, I'll just be like, I think I get very paranoid. It can be such a faff because obviously some hot chocolate has milk powder in it, and it feels like such a faff to have to ask like, is your hot chocolate vegan, please?
Is this vegan?
So I tend to just get tea when I'm out.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. You want to be like sure as well that it is vegan. Like you don't want to chance it.
Yeah. There's this like vegan meme that's like an ostrich. You know when they like stick their heads really high up and they just stare, they go all like big. There's an ostrich doing that, and it's like me when I'm checking that the barista is putting oat milk in my latte. And I'm like, yeah. Because like you do trust people, but there's also like a certain level of human error that you're just like, did they just wait? Which one did you just?
Is that regular milk? What are you? Oh my goodness. Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
I
really want a
am
hot
currently
chocolate
got me too. Oh, we were talking about like Costa Christmas hot chocolates yesterday, weren't we?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't wait for Christmas so I can get a Black Forest hot chocolate again. They're so good.
I feel like
They're so
we're in
delicious.
the like weird scrumply part of the year where you sort of like had summer and then July disappeared in the blink of an eye. I don't remember July even happening. And now it feels like on our way to Christmas with a brief stop off at Halloween.
Exactly. I think the fact that it's just been raining the whole time as well hasn't helped. It feels like we're still in April.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Yeah, it just feels like we've not actually had summer yet. There was a little bit of heat at one point, but not really.
Yeah, it's got to the point where like
strange.
I'm not really a summer person. I don't like being warm and I find it too much. But even I am like, I really want some sunshine now, please.
Yeah, I'm really sick of this rain.
Yeah, I just want it to be like, it's sort of nice to get autumn because I'm always like, thank goodness, all the hot, sticky weather's gone. Whereas now I'm like, well, no, autumn's just, it's already here.
Yeah, I mean, spring hasn't even left yet. It's weird.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Europe is just like melting. Like in Spain, it's like 44 degrees or something. It's just madness. But yeah, we just got rain forever.
Did have a lovely day on Saturday. This has become the most British podcast.
Yeah, it has. Yeah. We're just talking about the weather now.
It's like I said something to Sarah the other day when we were streaming together, and then we had a break, and I said to her, "Oh yeah, that was it. I had a packet of like digestives in my bag, and she was going to the kitchen, but I wanted to go to the toilet." So I handed them to her and I was like, "Do you mind taking my bickies into the kitchen whilst I go to the loo?" And I was like, that is the most British I've ever felt in my life. Just hold my bickies whilst I pop to the loo. I was like, she must just think I'm a stereotype at this point.
Oh my god! And you wonder why she takes the piss when you talk. Oh no!
Dear,
Oh dear! Oh dear!
Well, I guess it's time to wrap up. Did we get to the bottom of any of the dreams? I don't think I even looked anything up in the book.
No.
We had a lovely chat, though.
I'm playing Neopets mini games and thinking about the weather.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments if you decided to sign up to Neopets, and
let us know what your favourite Neopet is.
Yeah, and what are the names of your little guys?
Why is it Shoryu? Because he's the best.
I'm gonna go make one now.
I'm playing Meepit Juice Break.
Ooh.
Nice. I'm feeding my Meepits some juice.
You gotta look after them. Can you visit the omelette, or have they got rid of the omelette now?
Oh, I've not looked yet, actually. I just went straight to the minigames.
Oh.
Straight to the old minigames.
Away with a big cheese omelette du fromage or whatever. I can't remember.
I'm meant to be streaming with Rydian today. I'm gonna be like, sorry, Rydian, I'm busy. I got Neopets stuff.
Listening to this on Saturday can look back at Thursday's stream and be like, so this is why she was so distracted.
she's tapped out playing Neopets. What the frick?
Well, thank you so much for a lovely chat.
Yes, thank you so much, Bryony. And thank you everyone for listening.
And don't argue with Rydian.
No. I won't. I never argue with him. I've never argued with Rydian in my life. Nice.
Well, until next time, everyone. Bye-bye for now.
Yes. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.